Hello, everybody. My name is Yaritza Fajardo. I study at DePaul University, and this is an assignment for syntax and teaching grammar. Well, today I'm going to provide some tips in order to teach direct, indirect, and oblique object. Additionally, I'm going to explain why these tips will help learners to understand this topic better. Let's going to start with the first, the direct object. Direct object is a noun or noun phrase that is receiving the action of the verb. Teachers should consider the following tips to teach the direct object. First, teachers should use pictures, as you can see here, to create a new sentence and explain to students that the direct object is always a noun or pronoun that is directly affected by the action of the verb. As a result, the verb must be intransitive. As you can see here in this example, Luis plays the drums. Students should recognize that plays is a transitive, and the transitive verb comes before the direct object. Tips number 2. Answer what or who is receiving the action in a sentence. Using pieces of papers, as you can see here, with different sentences to explain to students the direct object, answer the question of what or who does the action of the verb. For example, Luisa ate an apple. Students should answer the question, what did Luisa eat? They should answer an apple. I think these tips will help students to understand this topic better because they can take into account that the most important aspects to recognize the direct object. Additionally, the visual resources such as pictures and pieces of sentences can help teachers to grab students' attention. Next, the indirect object. The indirect object answers the questions of to whom, or for what. Tips. The first, identify the direct object and answer to whom or for whom. Teachers can use unscrambled sentences to teach students to identify the structure and the indirect object in a sentence. Through this, students can put in order the words and answer to whom or for whom the action of the verb is done, and who received the direct object. For example, she gave me a cell phone. In this example, a student should identify that a cell phone is the direct object. And finally, they should ask the question, she to whom give a cell phone? A student should answer to me. The second tips, identify the verbs such as give, bring, sell, show, take, or offer. Teachers can create a diagram with pictures to encourage students to identify the structure and the verbs such as give, bring, sell, show, take, or offer, which are verbs to giving or communicate. For example, he gave Sarah a computer. In this example, through these pictures, students will identify the verbs to give, and as a result, the indirect object is Sarah because it's to whom. Finally, I think these tips will help students to understand this topic better because teachers can explain and precise how to identify the indirect object through these main points and also applying unscrambled activities and diagram pictures as educational resource. The oblique object. The oblique object also receives the direct object. Teachers should consider the following tips to teach the oblique object. First, find the preposition in the sentence. Teachers can create sentences based on things that happen inside the classroom. Through this sentence, teacher can explain to students that the oblique object is always preceded by a preposition. Students have to find the preposition in the sentence to locate the oblique object. As you can see here, for example, students are reading in silence. The oblique object is silence because it's preceded by the preposition in. Tips number 2. The clause constituent must contain the oblique object. Teachers can encourage students to create sentences based on their personal experience using constituent clause. Through these sentences, teachers can explain that this type of sentences contains the oblique object. For example, my sister buy a car to our mother. As you can see here, my sister is the subject, buy is the verb, a car, the noun phrase, One, two, the preposition are or mother is a noun phrase number two and also is the oblique object. Finally, these tips will help learners understand the oblique object because they allow students to identify the key structure and using activities based on their real life and personal experience. While you're students, you have here the references to know more about this interesting topic. And additionally, you can practice as much as you can. Thank you so much. This is all for today. Take care and bye-bye.